Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma. Today is just myself and it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Now, I'm either going to be your favourite girl on the planet or I'm going to be the most cynical girl in the world. But Valentine's Day doesn't mean anything to me personally. But I do like the history of it, which is something that I will be talking about later. But in the meantime, it wouldn't be Talking Codswallop if I didn't have some Codswallop related to this subject. So let's get into it, eh? I've never enjoyed Valentine's Day. I just think that it's a glorified holiday. Because everyone says, oh, it's celebrating love and everything like that. Oh, woohoo, brilliant, great. And it is. But why can't you celebrate love on the 6th of March or the 19th of December, or it doesn't need a day to celebrate the love that you feel for somebody, whether it's for your parent, for your child, whether it's for your sibling, your pet, anything like that. You don't need a day. But also the other thing is as well is that it really, really annoys me at the fact that the prices of everything go up as well. So I don't know, I'm just going to guesstimate at the moment, but the price of a rose is, I don't know, normally £3, for example. I don't tend to buy myself roses, so and I haven't got a partner at the moment. So again, you might think I'm being bitter, but we'll get into that again in a minute as well. Yeah, sorry, there's a good story coming up, but no, say it's £3 for a rose, and then all of a sudden on Valentine's Day, everything's like £15 for a rose just because it's got really decorative shrink wrap and stuff like this. And it's like, it's such a waste of money. And it's just to tell somebody that you love them, which you should be able to do every single day. And if you do, then that's amazing, isn't it? But at the same time, it doesn't need one day to say. But then also, if you are single and, there are people that are not bothered like myself, but then there are people out there who get lonely this time of year, and I'm sorry for you guys that feel lonely. And there's obviously, I think it's Galentine's or something, where you get together with all your friends and celebrate being together in that sense, which is fine, and I agree with that. But it's also the fact that every single shop, every single advert, everything, every single thing is telling you, oh, it's Valentine's Day. So if you are single and you're not happy about it, then it is a day to remind you that you are single and not feeling very happy. And I don't know, I think it is very glorified and it's promoted. And if it's a day that's supposed to be filled with love, why make somebody feel miserable is what my thought is. And if you are single out there and you're not happy about that, I keep saying not happy about it. I'm single and I'm quite happy about it, so which is why I'm keep saying that. But it's hard, isn't it? It is hard, and this time of year it really does make you feel like, oh, am I ever going to find anyone or anything like that? But you will find that person if you are looking for that person. So good luck with your finding. And what's the saying? Kiss a couple of frogs and then, you might find your prince. So, just have some fun. If you're single, have fun. If you're tied down and you're married, you can't have as much fun, okay? You have to stick to that one person. So, yeah. But no, I just know. You've got to go out for meals. It's all that sort of stuff. And it's like, ugh, I don't know. To me, it's a non-day for me. And I've always felt this way. And I did allude to the fact that when I was with someone, I won't name names, but when I was with somebody, and long-time salty tadpoles will actually know this, but it was sort of like 2019 was the last time I was with someone. And okay, it's been a while, but again, I'm not bothered. He was quite insistent that we do something for Valentine's because it is Valentine's and it's, all those kind of things. Yeah, again, whatever. But I was like, I went along with it. And I was like, right, fine. He seems to want to celebrate. So, whatever. So we went out for a meal, and we went out to, just a local place, and it wasn't anything fancy. And that suited me, to be honest. That was absolutely fine. And one thing that was quite funny, though, is that he got me a lovely boyfriend card. And he got quite upset when I pointed out that it was a lovely boyfriend card and not a lovely girlfriend card. So it's quite interesting to actually be referred to as a man. So... No, again, I found it absolutely hilarious. He unfortunately didn't, but and you get like gifts for your partner and things like that, and it's just a waste of money, guys. Honestly, it's just a waste of money. And spend the day with your partner on the 13th. Do you know what I mean? It's cheaper. It's just as exciting. You're spending the day with the loved one. The other reason why I'm doing this recording is because I wanted to actually give you the history of Valentine's Day, because I do like the history of things. And you'll probably hear that it probably wasn't actually meant to be this commercialized. I think that's the word that I've been looking for this whole recording, Let's hear what the history of it is. So I've got a little speech to read out to you guys. And we all know that my reading is absolutely wonderful. So here goes. Today we celebrate Valentine's Day, a day often associated with cards, flowers, and chocolates. But at its heart, a day about something far more meaningful: love. Love is not just about romance, it's about friendship, family, kindness, and connection. It's the support we give one another, the patience we show, and the small acts of care that make people feel seen and valued. Valentine's Day reminds us to pause and appreciate those bonds, not just with one special person, but with everybody who brings warmth and meaning into our lives. For example, like Mr. Socks. Yes, my dog is probably the best thing in the entire world for me. The day is named after St Valentine, a figure associated with compassion and bravery. Over time, his story became linked with expressing care and affection, and the idea was carried forward through the centuries. But while traditions may change, the message remains the same. Love is something worth celebrating and sharing. I guess it's kind of going against what I'm saying here, guys. In a world, it's easy to overlook the little things: a kind word, a thank you, a moment of listening. Yet these small gestures can mean more than the grandest gifts. Love is often shown not in big declarations, but in everyday actions. Again, what I was mentioning earlier. So today, let Valentine's Day be more than just a date on your calendar. Let it be a reminder to be thoughtful, to be generous with our kindness, and to treat one another with respect and compassion. Not just today, but every day. Whether you are celebrating friendship, family, self-love, or romance, Valentine's Day is about connection, and the connection is something we all share. So there we go. That's what ChatGPT came up with. So let's get into the legend of St. Valentine. In most stores in the weeks leading up to St. Valentine's Day, you're likely to find a plethora of pink and white cards, heart-shaped boxes filled with chocolates, and decor with nearly naked chubby cherubs shooting hearts with bows and arrows. It's a far cry from the real St. Valentine's, an early Christian martyr who was bludgeoned and beheaded for his faith. So there you go. Oh dear. So how did the saint with such a gruesome death come to be associated with a holiday all about love, chocolate, and chubby cherubs? According to the Catholic Encyclopedia, at least 3 different St. Valentines were recorded in early histories of martyrs under the date of February 14th. There was also accounts of an African St. Valentine, an early Christian who was persecuted along with his companions. But it seems that nothing else is known about this possible saint. The St. Valentine celebrated today may have been two different people. One account holds that St. Valentine was a priest in Rome, and the other says he was a bishop in another place, because I can't say that, guys. Sorry about that. Both of these men were persecuted and ultimately killed for their faith and buried somewhere along the Flaminian Way. I've probably butchered that, sorry. It was also possible that they were the same person. However, he was either a Roman priest and physician who was martyred, or he was a bishop in Italy who was also martyred in Rome around 270 AD by Claudius the Goth. Oh, sounds like a heavy metal. He was the Roman at the time. St. Valentine, whether priest or bishop, was martyred on February 14th, now celebrated as Valentine's Day. According to accounts, he was beaten and beheaded after a time of imprisonment. More or less at the time, especially around the mid-3rd century, there was a sort of crisis in the Roman world known as the 3rd century crisis, where the Roman world was really in great peril. Some Valentine's Day traditions can be correlated with St. Valentine's life, such as exchanging of cards or the celebration of love. So even though he went through all of that, he still wanted to celebrate love, which I suppose in a way we've got to give him that, haven't we? One account was that he had befriended the jailer's daughter where he had been imprisoned, and when he died, he left her a note inscribed, "From your Valentine." Other accounts say that the exchange of cards on Valentine's Day recalls how St. Valentine would send notes to fellow Christians from prison. Another story is that Claudius the Goth had actually prohibited marriage amongst soldiers. He felt that if soldiers were married, they'd be less devoted to the army, especially at the time, and they needed as many troops as possible. So it is believed that Valentine had married the soldiers in secret. Another way St. Valentine may have come to be celebrated as a day of love was because the bird mating season was also to begin around mid-February. Valentine's Day, as it is known today, was also instituted as a substitute for a cruder Roman holiday. At the time, it was called something else. So, Lupercalia, I think. Lupercalia? Let's go with that. Lupercalia. Yeah, there we go. If I put a Roman accent on there, you know. Lupercalia was a popular feast celebrated in Rome, during which a group of pagan priests would sacrifice different types of animals and then run through the streets of Rome, slapping young women with the slapping young women with the animal hides. A ritual thought to guarantee a woman's health and fertility for the year. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. Oh, that's tickled me, that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Parts of Valentine's Day are entirely unrelated to the real St. Valentine. He did not, for instance, go around shooting people with bows and arrows like the little fat cherub. That imagery was taken from the Roman god Cupid, who is also a god of love. He also did not distribute chocolates to his loved ones. The real Valentine predates chocolates as we know them today. You could say, in some ways, in almost every act of love, there is an element of self-sacrifice. So there we have it, folks. St. Valentine Day, or Valentine's Day, as we now call it. It started as a guy being mutilated and beheaded for actually wanting love. So I suppose in some ways, good for him. Good for him, but obviously kind of wasn't that great for him either, was it? Because, but he died for something that he loved and that he was passionate about. So good for you. Good for you, St. Valentine. And I think I've probably ruined everyone's day. So my job here is done. Thank you for listening to this week's Talking Codswallop. I have been Gemma. If you do celebrate Valentine's Day, have an amazing day and just spend time with your loved ones. You don't have to go out. Just save your money and watch something on Netflix and get a takeout. There you go. Problem solved. Just spend time with people. That's all that you need to do. Spend time and tell them that you love them. Okay. On that note, salty tadpoles, I genuinely love you all, and that's not just because it's Valentine's Day. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.